The ingredients that I use is basically any meat that you can use. I've chosen beef today. You can use pork as well. Okay, 40% of meat and 40% of the onions and another like few fresh herbs. Okay, so it makes a good combination. Okay, plenty of vegetables inside, not just the meat. Okay, but this one is a pastry-based dish, so it's important to make the pastry first. Okay, so you can make the dough first and let the dough rest for about 30 minutes. This is ordinary plain flour. Okay, sieve the flour. Just make a base first. Okay, make a base, add the cold water. As you shake it, the flour starts to absorb the moisture. Okay, and you can use a finger. Just one finger is easy this way, rather than messing up all your fingers. You can mess up only one finger. And put more water in the center. The consistency of the dough should be not the soft one, okay, a little bit firm. Now use all your finger. You don't want the dough too soft, okay? So when you're kneading the dough, if you think the consistency of the dough is too soft, you can add a little bit more flour and keep kneading until you find your dough is nice and firm. Momo is basically as a dim sum, okay, and is a traditional food for the Tibetan people. It's called Momo. That's in Tibetan language. It is meat-filled pastry. The way it's cooked is steamed. So the stuffing of the meat with plenty of fresh herbs and vegetables, and again, my personal choice that I always put a pinch of cumin. As you all know that the cumin's got good medicinal properties. It's nice to have 1 or 2 pieces when you eat the momo. And it is a very popular dish nowadays, and here in the UK as well. It can be quite rough with it. Okay, okay, that's done. Okay, this is how you check it. As you can see, this keep tearing this one, so that means it needs a little bit more kneading. Okay, until your dough gets nice and smooth all over. Like that, yeah, okay, that's done. That's ready, so just let it rest for about 30 minutes, okay? In the meantime, you can prepare your filling. When you're using mincemeat, you have to have the onions or finely chopped vegetables. It starts to break up the lumps. It helps to break up the lump. And when you're cooking, the heat penetrates and helps to cook the meat. And because of the onion, it releases some kind of moisture. And from the meat and the onion and the herbs, it gives a nice, juicy, meaty flavor. Chop the onion. Now add this onion into the meat, okay? Keep it to one side so you can see how much onions you got in the meat. Okay, there you go. Now, one of the main ingredients, I like the ginger. Ginger excellent medicinal properties again. Very, very good. Not too much, but ginger, you got to either crush it down and use just the juice. It's important that you chop it very, very small. So what I've done here is I've finely chopped the ginger and add it with the onion. And the next one, celery. Got to finely chop the celery as well, okay? The celery, again, is a vegetable which adds some vegetable qualities into the meat. So it gives a good combination. It balances, okay? Not just the protein, okay? The vitamins and the minerals, okay? And everything is well balanced. And you got the pastry outside. So you get the carbohydrate, vitamin, mineral, protein, everything. It's a good combination of the dish. Okay, celery is done, ginger is gone. Okay. Now, I'm going to add fresh herbs just to make it nice and green, the colorful in the stuffing. I'm going to add some fresh spring onion and the fresh coriander. And these are the fresh herbs which actually gives excellent flavor. Okay? So you got this nice juice from the meat with the onions, and now with the fresh herbs, it's lovely. Okay, that's enough now. Plenty of green herbs. Now the seasoning, a small pinch of salt and pinch of cumin again. This is my personal choice. Okay, there you go, pinch of cumin and some soy sauce. So you got like spice, okay, some Nepalese flavor and the soy sauce, Chinese. So it's a mix. And some little bit of olive oil. Again, give a good mix. Just a little bit of meat. You have the onion, ginger, celery, fresh herbs, touch of cumin seed, olive oil, soy sauce, and pinch of salt. Everything is fresh. And into the meat, if you like, you can also add any vegetables, okay? Especially those children who don't like vegetables. You know, first give them a nice momo, and once, you know, they have a habit of, you know, liking eating a momo, and you can tell them, oh, you don't like vegetables, but you have already eaten vegetables. This one here is quite dry, so I will add a little bit of boiled water, okay? A little bit of water, okay? Touch of water, like that. The momo is actually cooked, and you have this first bite because of that water, yeah, and then all the flavor from the herbs. It's just the nice juice, yeah. It comes out from the pastry, okay, and it's really, really nice. Okay, that's done. For those people losing hair in the early age, yeah, they crush the ginger and the juice. They just massage with the juice, okay. And is the ancient secret for China, yeah? When the women give birth, yeah, they will be given a soup containing full of ginger. It helps to remove all the waste. You don't see any Chinese women like that, yeah? See, that's the secret, because the ginger, it helps to remove all the waste. So after, after a week later, the women, yeah, very fit, yeah? Yeah, very fit, yeah. That's all ginger. As you can see, it's a nice colorful. It has got this nice, the onions, the meat, and the herbs. Everything's mixed up well. This is exactly what I'm looking for. If the consistency is too runny, it starts to come out from the pastry. Still be soggy. Okay, that's done. You need to get your steamer tray ready before you actually start making the dumpling. What you need to do is to lightly grease with the oil so it will not, your dumpling or the momo will not stick when it's cooked. The pastry is nicely rested for half an hour. It's nice and soft and it's nice and firm as well. Okay, you need to dust with a little bit of flour. Now what you do is just roll it slightly to a circular, okay, round one. That's it. Yeah, simple that. Okay, now this one here, let's put a little bit of the stuffing in the center and then just cover it. It's just like making the cigar, okay? And it starts to pinch from one side. If it's too sticky, you can dust a little bit of flour into your finger, in between finger, and just press it down slightly, this one, okay? Okay, push it, pull it, press it. Okay, push, pull, press it. Okay, that's it. Okay, and just finish it off with the edges, the tip of this by pressing it down slightly. Okay, like that. That's the dumpling. So that's it. Another one. There's many different ways of finishing off the sealing of the pastry. If you don't know how to put the pattern, all you do is just press it like that. Okay, that's it. Keep pressing it. Make sure it's nicely sealed. Otherwise, it starts to, the juice starts to come out. When you're cooking. And on the board, slightly shape it. Just like that. Look at that. That's done. First you need to press it like that and just push this one and again press it. So it gives kind of like a small nice pattern, okay? And then slowly this one here, okay? You can push it down there. Okay. First, press it here. And while doing this one, yeah, if you like to make a circle one, do it that way. Yeah. There you go. How about that, yeah? The Momo is now about to steam. We're going to transfer into this nicely greased steamer tray. Keep a little gap in between. Okay, that's done. Now the water has come to the boil, so this steamer tray goes into the boiling water, and we're going to steam this one for about 15 to 18 minutes. After 15 minutes, you can take the lid off from the steamer and let the steam to settle down, yeah? And you can see the pastry. Once you put your hands into the pastry, if it sticks, because the undercooked pastry is kind of like a glue, and that's not cooked. If it comes clean, that means it's cooked. If you keep cooking, pastry gets a little bit harder. It dries as well. Okay, so time is, again, important. Okay, just to accompany the Momo, I'm going to make a nice and hot tomato chutney using fresh ingredients. Fresh tomato, garlic, and a small piece of ginger, flavored with the ginger and garlic, fresh coriander, fresh spring onion, and chili. 1 small clove of garlic. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll put it into the blender in there. A small piece of ginger. Okay, fresh coriander. Again, roughly chop this one. All the flavor in the coriander is in the stock. Okay, so the stock, you can use that stock into curry or when you're making chutney. Okay, but don't just throw it. Flavor is in the stock. Okay? And a small spring onion as well. When you're making chutney, see it as well. Everything goes in. Okay. And a few bit of lemon juice, touch of salt. Okay. And then blend. Chutney is ready. And this is, everything's fresh. Fresh tomato, fresh herbs. Okay. Ginger and garlic and the lemon juice. It's got a lovely flavor. It's nicely cooked. Okay, perfect. The Momo is cooked, nicely cooked. The pastries you can see, okay, and we've got the freshly blended chutney. Okay, it's everything fresh: tomatoes, fresh coriander, spring onion, ginger, garlic, touch of lemon juice, and the seasoning. And it's good combination to eat with the Momo. That's very good. Wow.